Hello everyone, I'm Colleen and today I'm going to show you guys all the books that I got for my birthday, which was on the 2nd of October. Basically, I felt like all the books that I got in September kind of counted as birthday presents from me to me. And I'd like to thank you guys so much for wishing me a happy birthday. I definitely appreciated it and I definitely had a wonderful birthday. And last but not least, I am so sorry if I won't be able to give you guys summaries about the books I'm going to show you, because if I do, then this video will be way too long. But I will leave a symbol up in this video to let you know if this book already has a video review or if I have already mentioned it in a wrap-up. So yes, that's all I want to tell you guys for now. Now I'm going to show you guys all the books that I got. The first book that I got was a pre-order, and it is Quita by Sarah J. Maas. And you might be thinking, Colleen, didn't you already say that you weren't going to continue on with this series just yet? And you're right, I'm not yet going to continue on, but then the publisher was having a promo and is basically pre-order this book and you get some Throne of Glass badges, which I really wanted, and it was worth it, and I can't wait to continue on with this series. Then my sister asked me what I wanted for my birthday, so of course I had to take advantage, and so I asked her to get me Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. This book is set in the same universe as the Grisha trilogy, but it follows very different characters and also a different plot. And this is the first in a duology, and I can't wait to start this series, but I'm just waiting for the second book to come out. But look at how beautiful this edition is, and I found out that this is actually like a limited edition, so if you want this, then get it as soon as possible, because once all the prints of these are gone, then they're not printing them anymore. But they are still going to print them, but it just won't have the black ends. And so this is what the book looks like naked, and it's so beautiful. Now I'm going to show you guys the books that I got for DepCon, which also pretty much counted as birthday presents for me. And so most of these were gotten from Amazon, but anyway, DepCon is the very first ever young adult book convention that was set in Ireland, and of course I had to go there. Some of my favorite authors were there, and some of the authors I wanted to check out were there, so of course I decided, why not go there and get my books signed? And so yes, one of the first few books that I got was All of the Above by James Dawson. Shannon from Shannon Bookworm actually recommended this book to me, and I definitely enjoyed it. It is a contemporary novel, and I already talked about this book in my September wrap-up. But it talks about sexuality a lot, and the great thing about this book is that it has poems spread out throughout this book, because our main character writes poems. I'm not too sure if you guys know this about me, but I kind of have this book buying ban where I'm not allowed to buy a book that's part of a series unless the series is over, or if I've already started the series. But then I accidentally broke it. I did not know until like a few days later that I actually broke it, because I got Vicious by V.E. Schwab, which used to be a standalone, but then after 2 days of buying this book, it was announced that it is getting a sequel, which I was disappointed at first, but then I realized that this is a fantasy novel, and of course I'd love to know more about this world, and I would want more, so I am happy that it is getting a sequel. Speaking of breaking your book buying ban without even knowing it, I got Am I Normal Yet by Holly Bourne, which is the first book in the Normal trilogy. It's going to be a companion trilogy, which is basically like the Anne and the French Kiss kind of trilogy. And each book follows a different main character, but we have already met those main characters in this book. And the last two books that I got from Amazon were both by the same author. So one of them was The Rest of Us Just Live Here, and it is in the UK edition, so the end pages are blue and it's beautiful, and this is what it looks like naked, and it has Not Everyone Has to Be the Chosen One engraved, and I really love it, and I love the way that the book is yellow when you take off the dust jacket. And the last book was A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, which was an idea by Siobhan Dowd, but unfortunately Siobhan Dowd has died, and so Patrick Ness was asked to finish the book, and so it was also really heartbreaking to know that when reading this book. And also, this is not the illustrated version. The illustrated version was illustrated by Jim Kay, who also illustrated the new Harry Potter illustrated version. Oh my god, I've said illustrated way too much, I'm so sorry. Jenny Downham was there, and I really wanted to go up to her and get a book by her signed, but I didn't know which book by her to get signed. But then Shannon told me that this certain book is her favorite book, so I trust Shannon's recommendation, and I will link her blog down below. And that book is You Against Me by Jenny Downham. She wrote Before I Die and Unbecoming. This book talks about a serious topic, which is sexual assault. It also has a very hard love story, because the girl who was a victim, her brother falls in love with the assaulter's sister. So that's going to be a very tough and complicated love story. Then I got a review book from Maximum Pop, so thank you so much Maximum Pop for sending me this book in exchange for an honest review. And this book is One by Sarah Crossan. It is written in free verse, so that was very interesting. I haven't really read a lot of books written in that format, so it was a breath of fresh air. This book follows a conjoined twins and it talks about sisterhood. Then we have a book that I really did not expect to get. I wasn't planning on getting it, but when I went to the author's panel, he was so hilarious that I just had to pick up a book by him. And so far, this is the newest book that he has written, and it is Demon Road by Derek Landy. And he wrote the Skullduggery Pleasant trilogy series, and that's a very huge series. And I'm not sure how many books this book is getting, but I know that it's going to follow a road trip, and probably the girl is a demon. And yeah, I know very little about this book, but I heard great things about the author, and also, this book can get a little bit shiny, so if it hits the light, just be careful to not stare directly at this book, because I did that, and it did not go well. And the last book that I got for that con was Asking for It by Louise O'Neill, which is in the trade paperback, so it's bigger than my face. And this book is actually not for me, it's for my friend Georgia. So don't tell Georgia that I got this book for her. And I got this sign for her, and it says, "For Georgia, include Oscar Wilde quote here, Louise O'Neill." And that was just hilarious because I asked Louise O'Neill to write down an Oscar Wilde quote and she couldn't remember any and I didn't know much, so that was a really funny outcome. So yeah, those were some of the authors I went to meet at that con. So now I'm gonna show you guys all the other books that I got in September or October. One of them was from my friend who was in America, and while I was talking to her, I was reading a borrowed book, which was Eleanor Park by Rainbow Rowell, and so I decided why not ask her to get me the exclusive collector's edition. So she got it for me, and I'm so happy because it's beautiful, and I didn't own my own copy, and I do really like this book. And I think the reason why it's a special collector's edition is because the end pages have like fan arts, and it also has a Q&A with the author, but other than that, there's nothing special about this book. So yeah, this is what it looks like without the dust jacket. And it has E and P engraved in it. We also have I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. I only got to 92 in this book and I put it down. I'm so sorry, Gabriella. I'm pretty sure Gabby's now cringing while watching this video because this is one of her favorite books and she gave it like 5 out of 5 stars. She even did a review of it and I will link that review down below. And I am so sorry, but it is a very beautiful book. And look at this. It's just, the end pages are all mustard and it's written very beautifully. It has a lot of metaphors, but I'm not really good at decoding metaphors. So if I do read this, I need a lot of time to be able to get through it. And again, I'm pretty sure you guys are so sick of me whenever I whip out this book, but I got Asking for It by Louise O'Neill because she had this event nearby and I had to go there. And this is the finished copy. I had the ARC. And yeah, I decided I really wanted my own finished copy of it, so I got it signed. And this is what it looks like without the dust jacket. So if you haven't read a book by Louise O'Neill, what are you doing? Pick up a book by her. I recommend Only Ever Yours to start first. It is a dark story, so don't go into it thinking that you are going to have all rainbows and butterflies and unicorns, because that's not the kind of story that you will be getting, and neither will you be getting that kind of story in this book. Then around October, I actually won a giveaway from a publisher, which was from HarperCollins UK on Twitter. So thank you so much, HarperCollins UK, for having this giveaway. And the book that I won was Pop Sonnets by Eric Didrikson, and I kind of read through this book. I didn't finish it all, but it's basically a book filled with pop songs turned into Shakespearean sonnets. And I thought that was a really good idea, and I can't wait to keep on reading this book. And last but not least, this is actually the very last book that I have gotten so far, and now I'm filming this video on December, and I don't think I'm planning on getting any more books, but we'll see. But the book is These Broken Stars by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. This is in the paperback version, and I still really like it. It's so beautiful, and it is a space opera apparently, and I can't wait to read it. And people pitched it as like a Titanic set in space, so I'm very excited to read this, and the cover is just very beautiful because I love her dress, and so yeah, I can't wait to read this soon. So yeah, these were all the books that I got for my birthday. I'm actually very surprised that I managed to hold these without dropping them, and I'm gonna put them down now because I don't want to damage the books. So yeah, those were all the books that I got for my birthday. I will be doing a second part for this haul, and it's going to feature all the books that I got during the summer, because the last time that I filmed a book haul was like 5 or 6 months ago, so it's been a while and I've collected plenty of books. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys liked this video and I will see you in my next one. Bye! No, don't ever do this to yourself. I just ruined the beautiful cover of These Broken Stars and I hate myself. I'm never doing that ever again.